Sometime late on New Year's Eve, Belinda found a bottle of tequila and drank a few shots. She let the kitties out, went to the bathroom, and closed the door. She extracted a small silver knife from her jacket and ran it up and down her hands before placing it on the edge of the tub. She lit the candles and turned off the lights and carefully stripped off her clothes. Her white body gleamed in the candlelight as she looked in the mirror at her small, pointed breasts and soft, concave belly. She stood close to the mirror and studied her face, moving a candle closer to the sink. She picked up the knife and ran it across her cheek, watching a tiny drop of blood escape and run down her face. She smiled and licked her lips and cut the other cheek. This time there was a trickle, and she could reach it with her tongue. She climbed into the tub and squatted down to pee. A small amount of menstrual blood mixed with her urine, signaling the last of her period. She watched the liquid flow down the drain and held out her right arm. Then she began to cut. The storm whipped across the ocean, bringing heavy winds and big drops of rain. I heard the shutters begin to rattle and felt tufts of cold air that slipped through the cracks of the old cottage. I didn't want to move and snuggled further down in the comforter. I drifted off to sleep and dreamed of Marisette and the beautiful boy at the beach on New Year's Eve. They were making love and I wanted to join them. Soon Kevin appeared and we all danced around the fire. People gathered and began to shout and chant. Faster and faster we danced. The first howl came as I opened my eyes and realized I was home in bed. The merry revelers of my dreams had left me in a sweat, and my head was foggy. I heard the sound again and knew what it was, the wild, screaming evidence of something out there, just as it happened once before. This time I thought I could hear the dogs barking, but maybe it was just the wind. I sat up terrified and shaking. I had no idea what was out there, but I knew it was something terrible. I got out of bed and looked up through the shutters, but the rain obscured my view. The bathroom door was closed, so I assumed that Belinda was in there. The lights were on in the kitchen, and a bottle of tequila sat open on the counter. She probably made herself sick, I thought, taking a drink of water. I turned off the lights and looked out across the yard from the kitchen window. Rain pelted the house and was already making puddles on the lawn. It looked like we were in for it. I had almost convinced myself that it was all a bad dream when the wild howling started again, this time coming from the other side of the house. I went into the dressing room and discovered the upper window open, with the rain pouring through. I climbed up and pushed it shut, but the terrible sound of the wild dogs continued. Then I heard something else coming from the bathroom. I tried the door and it flew open.